All right, so the Lloydminster Bobcats looking to get back into the win column. They are on the road tonight, trying to snap the 2-game losing streak.
Yeah, they're taking on the defending champion Brooks Bandits. And, they came oh so close a month ago to beating the Bandits. Bobcats, though, confident they could come out with a big 2 points in Brooks. Matt Schumont has more on tonight's game.
The Bobcats were just 20 minutes away from defeating the Brooks Bandits. However, 2 goals in the third period would prove to be enough for the Bandits to get the win. Now heading into tonight's matchup, the Bobcats are still confident they can beat the champs.
It'll be a big momentum builder for us to beat that team in their barn, and I'm hoping we can. That we're going to come out strong and get ready today and have some fun.
One player the Cats will be keeping their eye on is Anthony Petruzzelli, who scored the game winner back in October. The Bobcats feel if they can shut him and his line down, the rest will take care of itself.
You just got to be aware when he's on the ice and that line's on the ice, and that's pretty much all you can do. The defenseman make sure if you're in a face-off and it's in our zone and they're on the ice, that that they're on the ice, and you maybe do things a little bit sharper. Or don't make that, if you're making a cross-ice play, maybe don't make it.
You've got to pay attention to your one-on-one situations. You've got to be committed to your one-on-one situations, but we can't lose focus of the rest of that team. And he would be delighted to get 2 points, but get the 2 points as a team.
Breaking their season up into 10-game segments, the Bobcats for the 3rd straight segment have dropped the first 2 games, leaving the Cats scratching their heads as to what the problem may be.
These segments, we've really got to pay attention as to why are we having these starts. Is it a mental thing? Is it we're taking teams too lightly, or is it we just sit back and say we've done really well in the last segment and we think that's going to carry over without doing what we had to do to accomplish what we did in that previous segment. So
puck drop for tonight's game is at 7 o'clock. Matt Schumont, Newcap Sports.
Now, ahead of their game against Red Deer College and Grant MacEwan, the Lakeland Rustlers Women's basketball team had some fun on Monday. Well, since they didn't celebrate Halloween, they decided to dress up for practice. The Rustlers are 3-1 after an impressive weekend sweep of the Keano Huskies, and the ladies did not disappoint. Look at them. From Rockets to Jelly Bellies, and I think a couple Allen Iversons were in the mix too. Even the head coach got into the spirit. Just all in good fun to lighten up the mood.
If we sweep on a weekend, winning Friday and Saturday, we give the girls a bit of a fun practice. Now, since the girls didn't get Halloween because it fell in the middle of the week, they wanted to dress up practice today. So they got the reward, and as you can see, everyone's dressed up in costumes today.
The countdown is on, so is the pressure. Canadian Olympians anxious to compete at the Winter Olympics in Sochi, and creating a fair environment for our athletes is a priority for our Olympic Committee. Today, national measures were introduced to set a new standard for drug screening.
Clean sport is an objective we all share.
The effort to keep Canadian Olympic athletes clean begins a long way from the field of competition.
No one wants to see a Canadian athlete receive a medal on Friday only to see it taken away on Saturday. We lived that once. We don't want to live it again.
That, of course, was Ben Johnson. Today, with increasingly sophisticated doping techniques, officials say random tests are not enough. Take Lance Armstrong, who is always one step ahead of the tests. Or baseball's Alex Rodriguez, who was suspended for 211 games without a single positive drug test. He was caught after investigators spent years poring over receipts, emails, and medical documents. The Canadian Centre for Ethics in Sport says that's what's needed to stay ahead of the cheaters.
We will expand our intelligence gathering and conduct more investigations. We will include more athletes in our whereabouts and biological passport programs.
It's also creating a hotline for athletes to blow the whistle on anyone involved in doping. Becky Scott won bronze in 2002, but the 2 Russians ahead of her had already failed drug tests. She fought for years to claim her gold medal. Today, she says Canada's standard of testing should become the standard for all countries.
One would hope it would pressure other countries to follow suit and other international federations to follow suit as well, as Canada has long been regarded as a leader.
Remember, Canadian athletes won the most gold medals in Vancouver, and some say today's announcement was a subtle reminder that so long as doping is still a factor, Canadians may need to lower their expectations about a repeat performance in Sochi. Peter Armstrong, CBC News, Toronto.
All right, well, our own Matt Schumont was caught in a snowstorm yesterday, and it seemed fitting that this week's edition of Beyond the Boards would be about the change in weather. I had some big shoes to fill, literally. Size 14s. Anyways, we caught up with the Bobcats and got their thoughts about the drop in temperature.
We finally got our first blast of winter, and Nolan, I gotta tell you, man, how was the jog outside? How are things out there?
Okay, yesterday, you know, the storms aren't always great, but I'm definitely one to love the snow. I'm a big snow guy, and you know, I'm happy to see it's here.
Patrick, you gotta tell me, how's the first blast of winter here up north been for you?
Well, you know, it's not to say we don't get that much back home, but you know, the roads have been a little more slick than I'm used to, but we do get a fair amount of snow, so I'm used to this a little bit, but it's good.
You're from Texas. Are you used to this yet?
No, it's probably about double the snowfall we'll get all winter in Texas already, so and a lot earlier too.
You're from a place that has that northern climate, known for winter. He isn't. So what type of advice are you trying to give the guy? Are you trying to help him out in any way? Or does he even look shell-shocked? You've been trying to calm him down?
I haven't seen him too shell-shocked yet. I think he's a little nervous, but the biggest tip is layers, layers, layers. You can't go out of the house with too many layers on.
For Sean, I would definitely say, you know, maybe start your car before you get in it. You know, a couple minutes or a couple, 15 minutes before you have to get in your car. No shorts. I know he loves his shorts, so probably put those shorts away.
He's always wearing shorts to the rink. I think he's used to that southern climate, so he's going to have to put those away.
You're a guy who loves shorts and a t-shirt. You're going to have to give that up, man. Are you ready to do that?
Yeah, this week I've already been wearing jeans every day. I've already given up on the shorts.